Live from Des Moines, Iowa, ChaoEmperor 2018 presents Week 12's action of America's favorite racing series. And here's the host to start off another exciting week of action, supplies, and a whole lot of racing fun. It's your main man himself, Mr. Brian Jennings! Hey, how's everyone doing? Great job here in Des Moines, Iowa, and hello to you fans home. Well, it's been 6 weeks since we went on a vacation break to Florida, and I went back from our vacation to present Week 12's action here on ChaoEmperor 2018. Right now, Paul's going to tell us all about the tournament qualifying for the months of May and June. Paul, you know what to do. Alright, here is my tournament qualifying results. For the month of May, we got Steve Alexander from Canada, Su Young Hendricks from China, Fowen Mittal from Iran, and Kicha Alfonso from Paraguay. And for the month of June, we have decided our host of participants for the 2018 Chinese Tournament Champions. Our defending Supreme Champion, Ara Cavallo, is going to defend her title in about 6 months from now to represent Team Portugal. Steven Yorkshire will represent the United Kingdom, Amy Westman will represent Mexico, and representing Singapore is Paulo Chabao. So congratulations to those 8 superstars representing those 8 nations. We'll see you in all 8 in the Chinese Tournament Champions in Portugal in Lisbon at the end of the year. Alright, back to you, Brandon. Alright, thanks, Paul. And now it's time to start our Week 12 here in Des Moines, Iowa. That's right, and to kick things off, we have the License to Drive out here Senior taking on A. Jenna, Derek to Play, and the Hall of Master F1 Kingsley. Our races will be held as usual on the Emerald course. As we take a look at the lineup, this one will feature the Golden Chao to start things off. So they're going to need a lot of A-game efforts. Will they get the job done against this round of Golden Chao? We'll find out soon enough as the first four players are off and revving. So without further ado, let's have a Chao race! Alright, there goes the opening participants. The opening group of participants bursting down the line to start Week 12's action here in the capital of the state of Iowa, Des Moines. And right now, everyone in Des Moines attendance is on their feet, cheering on the superstars. Let's see who's going to walk away with the first win of the week here in Des Moines, Iowa. As the 4 Chao going to eat the fruit, and it looks like F1 King is going to rest, and out here Senior is dancing to the beat. And there goes Derek to Play, and A. Jenna battling for the lead up in the front. And as Derek to Play is going to rest, who's going to get the first opening toss of the week? It's going to be the Hall Master himself, F1 Kingsley, that's who. And right now, guess who's getting left behind, going to the rest? It is number 7, that's who. Now he needs a lot of help catching up in a hurry. And right now, it is the License to Drive, out here in Senior, who need a lot of help around the bridges, who will take speed as number 2 in this race. Right now, A. Jenna should have the lead over his opponents right now. Number 7 didn't pay enough attention right now. Yep, A. Jenna's going to have command of the lead, as out here in Senior takes back-to-back speeders, now trying to catch up with the others in a hurry. Poor number 7 didn't pay off his strategy. So now he's getting left behind the competition as he passed the 1 minute mark of the second race. We'll get the next command speed race. It's back to F1 Kingsley. That makes his second speed race of the race. And right now he's catching up to Derek to Play for second place. Come on. Oh, and down he goes along with Derek to Play. And F1 Kingsley almost went off course. That was painful. But look at this. They're both catching up to our current leader, A. Jenna, in a hurry. And F1 Kingsley twice. As next video we meet by our leader, A. Jenna, who's trying to run away from both Derek to Play and F1 Kingsley, who are battling for second place. Meanwhile, out here is also trying his best to catch over the crowd. As number 1 will get a turn now, trying to leave out here Senior in the dust for 6th place. And number 7 went down for the count, and he's going to have no chance of getting speed race. He is going to be left behind in competition along out here Senior and number 1 up in the wall. Next speed belongs to number 8, who's catching up with number 2 and 3 of our opponents in a hurry. Right now, the 4 Chao are going to approach the home stretch, and right now it's going to be a showdown between F1 Kingsley and A. Jenna up in the front of the pack. Who's going to have the lead as number 2 without the next command FPS? I do believe it's going to be A. Jenna who's going to hold off F1 Kingsley for the victory. A. Jenna holds on F1 Kingsley for the first win of Week 12 here in Des Moines, Iowa. A. Chao had the lead for most of the race, and he gets the job done, making the save ahead of F1 Kingsley. Good job, Adrian Jenna, you done very well. And it looks like Abigail Senior will get a first view on this race, and that's going to do it. Number 7, can't just forget about this race like always. Alright, Adrian Jenna telling himself a win on his scoreboard. That's right, folks. Now he has 7 wins, and that's 1 coming up. Do not go away. Alright, folks, that was the first race. Now let's present race number 2. Okay, race number 2 featured Jersey Devil John Stevenson, Kyle Richmond, Antonio Bell of the Classic Go-Getters, and Peter Foles. As we take a look at the lineup for race number 2 of week 12. Let's send it down to the field, and the players will line up and ready to go. Everyone is on the clock. Good luck to the 4 of you. Please start the race. And Antonio Bell is going to rest, which means the other 3 Chao will have control of the opening edge, but one of them might be able to pay off or not, and we'll find out soon which one of them will pay off or not in the other one. Right now it looks like John, Kyle, and Peter are going to shake the palm trees to bring down that coconut tree fruit, and now they're going to eat the fruit. And who's going to come in and battling for the lead? It is going to be John Stevenson and Kyle Richmond, because Peter Foles is dancing to be back in the palm trees. And it looks like Kyle Richmond is first. That means John Stevenson will have command of the lead up in the front. As the first superstar against Peoples is number 1, who leads number 2, and Antonio Bennett in the dust battling for dear life. Number 2 and Antonio Bennett are both getting left behind the competition. Looks like Antonio Bennett's going to be heading for the water, as Beavis, number 2 in this race, will be made by none other than, in just a matter of for now, here it is, Kyle Richmond takes Beavis number 2, and there he goes, flying down the aisles, and he will take the lead away from number 8, and John Stevenson. Now he has control of the lead up at the front thanks to his incredible flying power, as Antonio Bennett, the next generation star, the Classic Go-Getters, who has the next command Beavis, now battling with Peter Foles, and right now number 2 is getting left behind the competition as we pass 1 minute. Number 7 is also left behind trying to get some help. But who really got the next command Beavis? We're about to find out right now as number 2 fights for dear life. It is going to be none other than Peter Foles, the computer wizard, who have the next command SPS. Now he'll have the privilege to battle with John Stevenson for second place in the come one. Kyle Richmond is guarding the lead ahead of John Stevenson and Peter Foles, who are battling for second place in the come one. Let's find out who will come on top when they get the home stretch in the only one. Next place belongs to number 8, who dominates over the 4 Stuart Chao as he takes second place away from John Stevenson. Meanwhile, numbers 2 and 7 are both getting left behind, battling for survival. One of them has in his next command SPS. Which one of them will get in? It's number 2 who gets in. So now he will try to take the lead away for D-Life over number 7. And back up in front, it looks like Kyle Richmond is trying to guard his lead, trying to get another win on his board. He has 3 wins so far in this race. Let's see if he can make it 4 wins for this week. As number 8 continues to dominate on the 4th Stuart Chao with his second speed bus of the race. And right now it is Kyle Richmond who's trying to defend the lead over Peter Foles. And by just a few feet, it looks like Kyle Richmond will be able to hold on the lead over Peter Foles. As Antonio Bell gets his second speed bus of the race, the Peter Foles won't be able to catch up to Kyle Richmond in time. Kyle Richmond holds on Peter Foles to secure an easy victory. His flying over the bridge is paid off easily. Well done by Kyle Richmond. That means he now has 4 wins on the board. Right, Paul? 4 wins so far. He might be able to get back on track if he will eventually find the right spewing. Coming up, we got more exciting action for you, but first have a look at this. Alright, welcome back. Who do we have for race number 3? Race number 3 will feature Chip Survey, Glenn Murray, who finished in 3rd place in last year's World Championship, Frank Natal, and Michael Creighton. There's a look at the lineup for race number 3. And let's do it. Let's send them to the field again and present race number 3 of week 12 out here in Des Moines, Iowa. Go out to the next 1 stars and let's rock this place. And it was like Glenn Murray's gonna rest. That means he's gonna be left behind on the competition for a while. The other 3 are gonna make their way towards the palm trees. And now they're at the palm trees where they have the tropical trees. And now they're going to bring down that coconut shaped fruit. And now they're going to eat the fruit. And there goes Michael Clayton and Chip Survey. They're going to be battling for the lead up in the front. And who is going to get the human toss for this race? It is going to be Glenn Murray who gets it. Now trying desperately to get back in this one after resting at the beginning of the race. And right now number 7 is getting left behind and number 2 is going to rest. That means number 2 will drop down to last place at the current point. As speed was number 2 in this race. We made by number 8, who's trying to lead over the 4th with Chao in 5th place. And look who took a shortcut. Yep, it's Glenn Murray who took a shortcut after being left behind snoozing at the beginning of the race. So now he will have command of the lead. He's doing pretty well in his redemption run for the 2018 season so far this year. I do believe he's going to get win number 8 so far in his 12 races this season. No doubt about it. As number 7, well, the next command is and Frank Valentino's going to rest. And right now it is Michael Clayton who's trying to defend 2nd place over Chip Survey at the current one. We passed the 1 minute mark sideways, and who got the next class viewers? It's number 8. Not much left that time, but at least I know he's leading over the 4th with Chao at the current one. Number 2, meanwhile, is getting left behind in the competition all the way in the back. But it's number 1 who leads numbers 2 and 7 in the dust with the next command BS. Meanwhile, Glenn Murray is surely having a great time dominating over Michael Clayton and Chip Survey. Can Michael or Chip get enough distance to make the miracle pass from Glenn Murray? We'll find out soon enough. Next BS belongs to number 8 as he continues to lead over the 4th with Chao ahead of number 1. Boy, point number 2 really needs help. And so is number 7. But the next BMS is probably going to be made by up in the front. Yep, it's going to be made by Michael Clayton, that's who. She's trying to make a miracle comeback here. But I do believe Glenn Murray's going to hold on for an easy victory. Yep, Glenn Murray's going to get win number 8 of his 12 races so far this season. As Chip Survey takes the next command BMS. That one went out for Glenn Murray. He beats out Michael Clayton after snoozing at the beginning of the race. That way he took a shortcut and his strategy paid off. Well done. And let's find out who will get the next command BS. And that next BS will be made by number 7. That makes his second speed boost in the base. Trying to lead number 2 and dead me all the way in the back. Michael Clayton will come in 2nd place. And Chip Survey will come in 3rd place. And we have just enough time for one more speed bumps on this race, and we made by number 8. That makes a total of 4 speed bumps for number 8 on this race. And Glenn Murray gets the job done once again. That's why I knew his shortcut strategy will have the upper hand this week. And there's more stuff coming up after we hear one from this. And now for race number 4. Who do we have again, Paul? Race number 4 will feature Luke Green, Dave Miller and the Miller Trainers, the Bobby Man and Bobby K, and Rusty Instant Replay Checkington from the Go Getters 2.0 tag team. Let's have a look at the line for his next race. These 4 players are all prepped up for another exciting race after spending 6 weeks of break time during our Florida vacation. Now the back of me for more, so without further ado, please start the race. Okay, and it looks like Rusty Instant Replay Checkington in the square race, along with a couple of Silver Chao in the back of the rainbow path. And now it is Luke Green who's taking it now. So it's Dave Miller versus the Bobby Man and Bobby K up in the front. These 2 Chao are going to eat the palm trees to eat the coconut shaped fruit. And it looks like they're both dancing to the beat, along with number 1. That means the other Chao will have the potential of catching up to them. As the first superstar to get speed best is one half of the Miller Trainers, Dave Miller, who gets it. And now he's trying to lean over the 8 Chao to come on. And right now number 1 is going to mess. Giving number 8 some potential catching up to do. That's number 2, speed was number 2 of this race. And I think someone took a shortcut. Yep, Dave Miller has took a shortcut. Yep, I knew he would have the luck of spirit this week. He's trying to get back on track towards his 2019 playoff run. And he's doing pretty well this week, by the way, we'll say, as Luke Green, well, the next command is trying to lead the other competitors in us. Right now, number 8 is getting left behind in the competition. But it's number 1 who is way behind now on the way in the back as we pass the 1 minute mark exciting race. But right now, let's head back to Luke Green. Currently in 3rd place behind, let's see, is Reaper Jenkinson up to go get us 2.0. Right now, though, it is Dave Miller on the Miller Trainers who has a huge lead thanks to that shortcut as he makes his way towards the wall. Next PS belongs to number 2, who's trying to lean over the force of the Chao. That makes his second speed buzz to the base. Point number 1 and point number 8, meanwhile, are both getting left behind competition, and number 8 taunts for 1. These two Chao really need to get a lot of speed buzz if we want to get back at this one, but it's the Bombing Meter, Bombing K, who have the next command speed buzz, trying desperately to make one last effort to stay alive. Dave Miller trying to defend a huge lead over Michael Clayton, who is rapidly catching up to him in a hurry. And number 8 finally gets some help. That should be enough to take the pass from number 2, or at least trying to make the pass from number 2. And the silver Chao are going to rest. Yep, all 4 of Chao are going to rest. And it looks like number 2 will have his first speed buzz to the base. And right now, Dave Miller has his race all wrapped up. Dave Miller wins this one over Wesley Instant Rebound Jenkinson, who will come in 2nd place. So Dave Miller is now at 6-6. He is at 500 in his 2018 season so far this year. As number 1, who is fighting for dear life, takes the next SPS. Let's say he just quits. That's going to be followed by the Bombing Meter, Bombing K in 3rd place. And it looks like wrapping up the race will be Luke Green, who will come in 4th place. No more time for speed runs, so this race is over. So, with another exciting midway, Dave Miller is back at the 500 mark. That's right, he is back on the right track towards his 2019 playoff run. Back in a bit, do not go away. So, I hope everyone's having a good time in Des Moines, Iowa so far for Week 12 this week. And now here's Paul to tell us all about the next race. Paul? Okay, race number 5 will feature Gary Coles, Big Cherry Tommy Days, Joe Rafferty, and Ricky Nelson of the Go Bears 2.0. These poor Chao really needed to get a lot of wins. They've been struggling for most of the season. Let's find out who will get that win in the only one. Please start the race. Okay, there goes the next 4 superstars pressing down the line. Making their way towards the manual path. That's what we always start with on the Emerald course, with 8 different colors on the manual path. And it looks like number 8 taunts for 1, trying to get some attention here. And he's going to rest. Right now, let's watch the 4 opponents making their way towards the coconut chief fruit. Now they're going to eat the fruit, and it looks like Ricky Nelson is dancing to the beat. And there goes Big Chili Tommy Days and Joe Rafferty. They're going to be battling for the lead up at the front. And who will get the only toss this time around? It is going to be Gary Coles, that's Sue, trying desperately to stay alive over at the bridges. Number 8 is getting way behind in the competition. He's getting all alone in last place as he makes his way towards the bridges at the cabin point. As Gary Coles opens this one up with back-to-back speedruns currently sitting in 4th place, or 3rd place as a matter of fact. And by now it is Big Cherry Tommy Days battling with Joe Rafferty. Up in the front, making their way towards the top of the hill, and then they'll approach the sapphire portion of the Emerald course once they get done the amethyst portion, that is. Anyway, number 8 finally gets some help, or at least he got some help in the early one. He still has a long way to go before he catches up to anyone. Gary Coles also tried desperately to stay alive in the game. He only had 1 win so far in his 11 races prior to this week. I don't think he'll get a win anytime soon. Who got the next command speedruns? It is Joe Rafferty, that's who. And now he's trying to take the lead away from Big Cherry Tommy Days, who is one half of the Days Buzz, who won a tag team championship not too long ago. Right now he is trying desperately to hold off Tommy Days for an easy victory. We'll also know which one of them will come on top in the end. Next speedrun belongs to Ricky Nelson of the Go Bears 2.0. And meanwhile, numbers 1, 7, and 8 are all battling for dear life. They are battling in a freeway battle for survival as they make their way towards the wall. I don't think any one of them will get there before he hit the wall. Yep, So the next speed race will be made by Joe Raffley. He wakes up for a snap. That makes his second speed race. And now he is catching up to Tommy Days again, trying to take the lead back from Big Cherry Tommy Days after going to Max at the waterfall. And now he and Tommy Days are making way towards the home stretch. Which one of them will gain the upper hand? We'll soon know. As Mickey Mouse gets his second speed race, it looks like Joe Raffley is going to have plenty of room ahead of Big Cherry Tommy Days. So Joe Raffley is going to get another easy victory after struggling for a while. Yep, no doubt about it. As number 2 takes the next speed race, Joe Raffley holds up Big Cherry Tommy Days to win this one. So now he has 4 wins up on his sleeve. Take a look at his numbers 1, 7, 8. They're all about what they like. What will be appropriate one of the speed race, and that last speed race on the race will be made by number 1. That makes a pass with number 7 and 8 for D-Life in 6th place. Alright, so after a back and forth effort, it is Joe Raffley who won the battle over Big Cherry Tommy Days. That's right, and we'll be right back for more song action after this. The fun is just getting started, so stick around. Alright, Paul, time for race number 6. That's right, we're halfway done after this race. It will feature our defending champion Donald Reddings. He'll be battling with Chris Schneider of the Classic Go-Getters and the number 3 spot, Ralph Dennis and Jason Hill, who won back-to-back titles in 2014 and 2015. This one's going to feature the Gordon Chao again, as we take a look at the lineup. Let's see how well they fare against this bout. I have Gordon Chao this week. The players are lined up and ready to go. We're ready for an outside race. Good luck to the 4 of you, and let's have a Chowers! Alright, and it looks like Donald Reddings, our defending champion, to score best. Along with number 2, you have a free Chow making way towards the palm trees. And anything can happen in a Chowers and universe. The battle we always say each and every week here on Chowers in 2018 and every season thereafter. Right now, they're going to bring down that coconut shaped fruit. And the fans are on their feet, cheering and applauding for the superstars. And it looks like it's going to be Jason Hill who will command the lead, with Ralph Dennis rapidly catching up to him in 2nd place for the moment. And who will get the only toss as Jason Hill flies down the water? It is going to be Ralph Dennis who's going to take over the Bridges, who have the first speed bus of this race. And right now, guess who's getting left behind? Number 7 is going to fly to the water. And it looks like he's trying to maintain so down the only one. Who is going to get speed bus number 2? It was Ralph Dennis got speed bus number 1. Speed bus number 2 will be made by number 2. And there he goes, flying on the ice. And number 1 on the 7th hill has flew into a shortcut. So now he will have command of the lead. But don't worry, we always promise a winner to the next best standing. Right now it is Jason Hill, the 2014 and 2015 world champion, who will have the next guy battling with our current world champion Donald Reddings for 2nd place. Meanwhile, it looks like Krishna very near to catch up to do. He is getting left behind on the others. We passed the 1 minute mark sideways. Ralph Dennis seems like he also really needs some more help. Which one will get it? It's going to be Ralph Dennis who gets it. That makes the 2nd speed race. He's going to release number 7 and 8 into us, but there will be a miracle for him or Krishna to make a miracle stay anyway on. Right now, as number 1 makes its way towards the wall, Jason Hill and Donald Reddings are battling for 2nd place. Which one will come on top? We'll find out soon enough. Next speed belongs to number 2, who dominates over the other Gordon Chao, and now catching up to both Jason Hill and Donald Reddings. Poor Krishna is getting left behind, and number 8 is with us. Number 8 will drop down to last place. That means he needs a couple of speed runs if he wants to get back to this one. And this is one of them. Will we get more speed runs, or will we be done for? We'll find out soon enough. Number 1 is supposed to approach home stretch, up in front, and Donald Reddings and number 2 are both going to be rested again. But number 2 wakes up for a snap first, with the next command speed runs. That makes his 2nd speed runs the race. Oh well, Donald Reddings can still win this one if he holds off Jason Hill for the next best standing in 3rd place. Number 1 is rapidly approaching the water as Jason Hill gets his 2nd speed runs, but I don't think he'll make it all the way towards the victory. Number 1 will come in 1st place, and that will be followed by number 2 in 2nd place. Jason Hill won. Now this is a catch up to Donald Reddings in time. Donald Reddings is the winner. Jason Hill gets back. Yes, Hill comes 4th place behind Donald Reddings. So in 3rd place is Donald Reddings, our defending world champion, who prevails over Jason Hill. And we have just enough time for 1 more speed bus on this race, and it will be made by Chris Schneider, who will be winding up in 6th place behind number 8, and Ralph Dennis will wrap up the race in last place. Alright, so with a 3rd place solid performance, Dominic is now at 7-5 in his road to BP. That's why he's starting to get back on track. Back in the big for the second half after the break. Okay, everybody, shall we get going with the second half of this week's action? You bet that there's more Wings fans of Iowa are ready to go. And Paul's going to tell us all about it. Paul? Okay, race number 7 will feature Zach Arson, Van Shorty of the Young and the Irish, the AC Game with Time Force, and the 2016 Rising Stars champion, Joshua Salmore. Good luck to the next 4 participants, and please start the race. Here we go. So who's going to have the lucky dip this week? We'll find out soon enough as these 4 superstars are the next to make their way towards the track. They're going to start off by heading into the palm trees to bring down that coconut shaped fruit. There they are. Here comes the coconut shaped fruit. And now they're going to eat the fruit. And it looks like Joshua Salmore is pausing for a moment. And it looks like Manuel Charte is dancing to the beat. And there goes Zach Arson. He is going to have command on the lead for the moment. Ahead of number 2 and Joshua Salmore. And it looks like Zach Arson's going to be heading for the water. As the first superstar to get speed by the star in the second half is number 1, who's trying to catch up with the 2016 Rising Stars champion Joshua Salmore over under bridges. And by now it is the AC Game with Time Force who's trying to make an effort to stay alive in the game. By now number 7 they are battling for D-Life all the way back at the bridges. As Van Shorty, one half of the Lucky Irish, takes BS number 2 in space, and look at that. Number 2 is for the rest, so now Van Shorty will have control of second place. Zach Arson has a commanding lead over Van Shorty as he makes his way towards Hammond Hill. But Van Shorty might make a statement in anyone. And with back-to-back speeders, Van Shorty is doing his best to make the pass and battling with Zach Arson for the lead. What's going to happen? Right now, Joshua Salmore is going to rest. That means Tyler Fultz will command a third place. But it will be a miracle to catch up with the others in the alley. We'll get the next command speeders. As we pass the 1 minute mark, it is the 2016 Rising Stars champion, Joshua Salmore, now battling with Tyler Fultz for third place in the Cap 1. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the 4th of the Chao battling for D-Life all the way in the back. Number 7, they are really battling for D-Life. They don't want to be left behind in the competition, but it's number 1 who gets his second speed of the race. And now he leads over the 4th of the Chao in 5th place. Back up in front, Van Shorty and Zach Arson are crying over the wall, and they'll be battling heading to the waterfall. Once they get to the top, we'll soon know who'll come on top in the very yard. Next BS belongs to number 7. He gets help, but he stays in last place behind the pack. And Van Shorty and Tyler Fultz will go to rest, and now Zach Arson is going to rest. That means Joshua Salmore will have a little bit of catching up to do. As the next speeders we made by, as Van Shorty hands for the water, the next speeders we made by number 2, who leads over the 4th of the Chao in 5th place. After number 1 was battling for the lead for a while. And right now, Van Shorty has his race all wrapped up, ladies and gentlemen. He is going to jump to the 500 mark in his 2018 season after a well-played effort. As Tyler Fultz barely takes the next speed bus, Van Shorty holds on Joshua Salmore and Zach Arson for an easy victory. He's back on track towards coming back next season. He's now at 6-6, Brandon. That's right, 6-6 it is. Coming up, we got Vince Stason Bay for another exciting top test. But first, let's hear what from this. And now, Paul, let's simple up race number 8. You said it, featuring Vince Stason, Corey Sarchester, Jeff Dallas, and Daniel Heaton, who is the son of the licensed drive Al Heaton Sr., as they team up to form the Steel Drive and in tag team format. Let's find out which one of them will get a W. They've all been struggling to get a wins. Who will get a chance to stay alive? We're about to find out right now. Let's spot this place. And there goes Daniel Heaton. He is off to a great start ahead of his opponents right now. Vince Stason trying his best to stay alive in the game. And right now the 4 Chao gonna make their way towards the palm trees to bring down that coconut shaped fruit. And now they're gonna eat the fruit. and it looks like Daniel Heenan is dancing to the beat. And there goes Jeff Nowes and Corey Dorchester. These two Chao will be battling fully up in the front. Ben Stason is not too far behind them in third place. And right now, the four Chao are going to make their way towards the bridges or into the water. And who will get the only toss in this race is going to be Vince Stason, who is swimming like water like crazy. Wow, he made for the one immediately thanks to that speed bus. And right now it is number 8, who desperately needs a lot of help as he heads for the water. He's trying desperately not to get left behind the yellows in a hurry. Alright, who got speed bus number 2? It is number 7. That's who trying to lead number 2 and thus or at the back. And right now it's Vince Stason who has a commanding lead thanks to his speed bus. And Corey Dorchester is going to rest. That means Jeff Nowes will command second place behind Vince Stason. As we head back into number 7, and look at that. Number 1 was trying for more, so now he will have the lead over the 4 Silver Chao. Poor number 8 is getting left behind on the competition still. Number 2 seems like he's also left behind. But as we pass the 1 minute mark, let's head back to number 7. And now he's starting to dominate over the 4 Silver Chao in 4th place. Meanwhile, Vince Stason has a huge lead heading into the wall. He only had 2 wins so far heading into this week, but I do agree with that incredible speed bus in the water. He might be able to do it if he hauls off Jeff Nowes at the home stretch. Well, he will find out soon enough. Next PS belongs to Corey Dorchester. It would be a miracle for Corey Dorchester to make it all the way to first place, try and make one last ever stay alive, but I think Vince Stason is going to win this one for sure anyway. Number 2 and they are fighting with D-Life, and it's number 2 who are the next contestant. So now we lead number 8 and dead meat all the way in the back of the back. Back of it front, Vince Stason's trying to get tailgated by Jeff Nowes. Watch out, Vince, that Jeff Nowes is right on his tail. As Corey Dorchester will get his second speed bus of the race, trying to battle with Daniel Heenan for third place. Well, there's always next time for these two. Vince Stason should have plenty of room ahead of his opponents. Yep, Vince Stason's going to get his long-away third win of the season, no matter what happens. As number 8 takes next speed bus and number 2 is going to rest, you can tell me what up for Vince Stason over his opponents. That was good strategy by Vince Stason. Well done. As number 1 will cause on speed bus, giving point number 2 and 8 in the dot spotting for D-Life. Alright, Vince Stason is back on track. That's right, hopefully we'll get enough wins to at least make next season's cut for 2019. We'll soon know. Back in a bit, do not go away. Alright, for this next phase, we have 2 teammates from the same team. That's right, it's Chris Van August at the number 3 spot, and Alvin Jr., which will be at the number 5 spot. Along with the Garden Star Master Garrett Dinton will sit at the number 4 spot as we take a look at the lineup. And Casey Williamson will sit at the number 6 spot. And this is how it looks. There it is. There's the lineup for his next phase. 2 teammates battling against each other to see if either one can get a win. Let's find out if they want to get that chance this week. Please start the race. Alright, so the members of the 2017 Tag Team Champions are battling against each other for the first time in their careers, and number 1 is going to rest, so he's going to be all over the last place behind the rainbow path, all the way at the starting gate. Let's watch the 4 superstars who are battling to try to get enough wins for what's coming back next season at least, and right now the 4 are going to eat the fruit, and there goes Chris Van August, and look at that. Garrett Dayton was going to rest, and the other 2 Chao were dancing to be at the palm trees. So Chris Van August will have the upper hand in the Cup 1, and it looks like he's going to be heading for the water. As Alvin Jr., which would be his partner for tag team plays, he gets the only toss this time around. He's also heading for the water. Number 1 and the Gunstar Master Garrett Dayton are battling for D-Life, taking the bridges in the Cup 1. They're going to need a lot of help if they want to stay alive in the game. But right now, let's find out who gets speed bus number 2 this race. It was Alvin Jr. got the first one, and it looks like Casey Williamson will get speed bus number 2, who leads Garrett Dayton at number 1, battling for D-Life all the way in back and back. Yeah, up in the front, we have Chris Van August, who's leaning over his partner, Alvin Jr., which is catching up to him in a hurry. As number 8, well, the next command, yes, that was enough to take the lead over the 4 Silver Chao ahead of numbers 2 and number 7. By now, Garrett Dayton at number 1 are getting behind, bowing in the back. As we pass the 1 minute mark of the second side race, I do believe one of them has to get Speed Bus if they want to get back in this one for sure, or he's trying to get back in this one. And that next Speed Bus was made by Dylan Dayton, the Gunstar Master of the Chao Racing Yearbus, and one of his Chao Pausing from one. Meanwhile, Chris Van Arcos has a little bit more room ahead of Out Here Jr. Will Out Here Jr. ever find a groove when to make a comeback from Chris Van Arcos? We'll find out soon enough when they get to the goal line. Next Speed Bus belongs to Casey Maymonson. That makes his second Speed Bus race, but I highly doubt he's going to make it all the way to first place. I highly doubt he will make a comeback here, folks. Well, there's always the rest of the season, no matter what happens. And again, Star Master Garrett Dayton takes his second Speed Bus to the race. Right now, back up in front, it looks like Chris Van Arcos has plenty of room ahead of Out Here Jr. Trying to hold off his teammate in a better rival of teammates of the 2013 Tag Team Champions. And this time, Garrett Dayton goes for consecutive, making his first Speed Bus, but I don't think he'll make it all the way towards first place. Yeah, Chris Van Arcos is going to get his 4th win of the season after struggling with just 3 wins for much of the season. As Out Here Jr. takes the next command Speed Bus, Chris Van Arcos is our winner! Chris Van Arcos holds off Garrett Dayton by a short distance. And Casey Maymonson, with all his winning ability, will edge off Garrett Dayton for the second place. And we have just enough time for one more Speed Bus out of this race, and it will be made by number 7. He takes the lead away with 4-7 Chao from number 8. Good comeback here by number 7. And Chris Van Arcos, you can celebrate with your fans. That's why he now has 4 wins, and there's more of something coming up. Do not go away. Alright, Paul, tell us who we have now. Well, Brandon, race number 10 will feature Iron Fabulous Warrior Steve Wickman of the Lucky Orange against Kenny Days from Days Bullis, the fastest runner of the 48 Superstars, Raymond Hill, and Buster the Jabbo. And still to come in the main event, we'll decide who will be the new Superstar of the Week after Chip Survey dominated for his past 3 weeks. That's coming up later on in the show. But right now, let's see who's going to win this race for race number 10 as our action in Des Moines, Iowa continues on Chao Racing 2018. Let's have a Chao race! Alright, there goes Raymond Hill running well down the rainbow path and quickly making his way towards the palm tree. He is going to bring down that coconut-shaped fruit. There he is. It's on the ground. He is going to eat it, and there he goes. Can anybody be able to stop him from making a miracle victory? We'll find out soon enough. And right now, Steve Wingman is dancing to the beat, and there goes Buster the Jabbo. He is going to have command of second place over the rest of the 7 Chao at the current moment, making his way towards the bridges at the current moment. And Buster the Jabbo is going to rest. And it looks like Kenny Days pauses for one as the first superstar against Speed Bus is Buster the Jabbo, who is battling with Steve Wingman over at the bridges. Kenny Days better take the water, and right now Raymond Hill is running wild on the yellows, trying to maintain a big lead ahead of his opponents at the current moment. And who's going to get Speed Bus number 2 in this race? Let's find out right now. It's going to be number 8, who is way behind in the competition over at the bridges, who gets Speed Bus number 2 in this race. Right now, somebody is trying their best to spoil Raymond Hill's attempt at a 10th win of the season, trying to become the first superstar to reach double-digit wins for the 2018 season. Who will be able to stop him if someone else be able to spoil him? We'll find out soon enough as the next BS win made by Kenny Days of the Days Brothers, and right now numbers 2 and 7 are battling for D-Life all the way in the back. They're getting behind the competition, and we have passed 1 minute mark in this exciting race. They better hurry up if they want to spoil Raymond Hill's attempt at a 10th win this season. Well, who's going to get the next class BS? It's number 8 who will get it. Now catching up to Buster Joe for 3rd place. Raymond Hill has a commanding lead. Can anybody be able to stop him from getting his 10th win of the season and becoming the first superstar to reach double-digit wins this season? We'll find out soon enough. Next BS belongs to number 2, who's trying his best to stay alive in the game. Steve Winkman is doing an awesome job trying to keep up with the pace. Oh, he better hurry up if he wants to make a miracle comeback against Raymond Hill. In fact, he only has an upset year nominee against Raymond Hill. Now he's getting his speeders. He wants to do it again. Try and get his second Upset of the Year nominees for his career this season. Raymond here is at home stretch, and Steven Man's got a chance. He might be posting another Upset of the Year nominee for himself. We'll find out soon enough. As K-Date's next speeders, I think Steve Wingman's going to make pass, and he will be. So Steve Wingman's going to have another Upset of the Year nominee. Steve Wingman has done it again. A second Upset of the Year nominee for the Island's Valiant Warrior himself, Steve Wingman, over Raymond here. As K-Date's is bet the closest for now with back-to-back speeders. And number 2 has no hope for surviving whatsoever as the race comes to a close. So, with that upset, Steve Wingman is the first superstar to post 2 Upset Year nominees in 1 year. That's right, congratulations to Steve Wingman, and there's more time coming up after we hear a word from this. Well, race number 10 was an exciting one. We hope that race number 11 will be an exciting one as well. That's right, for this next race we have Albert Jones, John Miller of the Dazzling Aces, Carl Tanner, and J.J. Niedermeyer. There's a lineup for this race. The players are lined up and ready to go. Everyone is on the clock. So good luck to the 4 superstars on the quick breakaway. Let's hope for the very best. Please start the race. Alright, so this race will be the possessor to Week 12's man here in Des Moines, Iowa. And so far, everyone has had a great time being in the audience today. And right now, the next 4 superstars are making their way towards the palm trees to bring down that coconut shaped fruit. And now they're going to eat the fruit. And it looks like J.J. Niemeyer is dancing to the beat. And there goes the other 3 Chao, busting down the line. It looks like Albert Jones and Carl Tanner are battling for the lead, with John Miller right on their tail. And it looks like Carl Tanner is heading for the water. And so is J.J. Niemeyer, as number 7, who makes a pass from sleeping in number 2, when it's here when he tosses this time around. Right now it is number 1, who's also getting left behind on the competition all the way in the back. Number 2 seems like he's heading for the water. As speedless number 2 at this race, we made by Carl Tanner. And look at that. He should be able to have a big lead over J.J. Niemeyer to come with. And right now it is J.J. Niemeyer who is trying to defend second place over John Miller of the Dazzling Aces, who got the next speed rise, and it's number 7, who currently leads on the 4-7 chart, 4 place, boy number 2, better hurry up. Number 8 is way behind, but number 1 is the real deal, who is way behind on the competition all the way back. Well, we have passed 1 minute mark sideways. We'll get the next command because it's number 8, who leads. Albert Jones at number 1 in the dust. Meanwhile, it looks like Carl Tanner is doing a great job trying to get some wins, trying to get another win so that he can contract renew for the 2019 season next year. Anyway, he is trying to defend the lead over J.J. Niemeyer and come one as he heads to the wall. And now it is John Miller of the Dazzling Aces who will get a turn now. Now trying to catch up to J.J. Niemeyer and Harry. It'll be a miracle for Albert Jones to get back in this one, but I don't think he'll get any wins at all. Number 1 can't just forget about this race. He's going to taunt at the checker flag. Next place belongs to number 2, and back a bit fun. It looks like Carl Tanner is going to be the first to approach home stretch with a little bit of room ahead of J.J. Niemeyer, and John Miller is going to rest. That's nice. Well, there's always next time with John Miller. Right now, Carl Tanner is trying to defend the lead as he enters the home stretch. And Albert Jones will get the next command SPS, but I highly doubt he'll get any wins for the entire season. Well, not probably this happening in the second half of the season in the fall. Anyway, number 1 is going to see. I knew he would have no hope of surviving whatsoever. He is getting left behind in the competition. No help at all for number 1 skipper. As number 8 dominates on 4th to the next command viewers, Carl Tanner holds off J.J. Niemeyer to secure the victory. That was good performance by Carl Tanner. Well played by Carl Tanner. And number 1 is getting left behind. Well, he's going to get the next command viewers, but that's all he's going to get because this race has come to a close. So Carl Tanner will lead us to the main event. That's right. Who will be the new superstar of the week for week 12 in this week's main event? We'll soon know after a word from the sponsor. Alright, Paul, let's not delay and present Week 12's main event here in Des Moines, Iowa. That's right, the main event will feature Fred Harrison, ChaoEmperor, Max Alexandersburg, and Nick Gimmick to decide the new Superstar of the Week honors. This week's main event is presented by Applebee's Restaurants. We remind you to visit your local Applebee's restaurants and try out the many deals that await you in your local Applebee's. Make sure you have a great time at Applebee's. Applebee's is a whole new neighborhood. And there's a look at the lineup for our main event for Week 12. And let's sit down the field one more time for Week 12 here in Des Moines, Iowa. Fans, are you ready for an exciting main event? Yes, we are. So without further ado, everyone's on the clock. And let's rock this place! And the runaway Week 12's main event presented by Applebee's. And in Pro SBA Taiwan. After Chip Suey easily took home the last 3 Superstar Week honors in the individual play, one of these 4 Chao will become the new honors to take its place from Chip Suey's place. And right now the 4 Chao are going to shake the palm trees to bring down that coconut chip fruit, and now they're going to eat the fruit, and there goes Max Alexandersburg. He's going to lead the competition thus, and look at that, he is going to have full control of this match for the moment. And who got here with us Week 12's main event presented by Applebee's? It's number 1, that's Sue, and ChaoEmperor is correct. That means better to drop down to last place over the 8 Chao right now. Now he has a lot to catch up to do with the only one. And right now number 1 is also taking us, and ChaoEmperor just flew around circles, didn't pay off his shortcut strategy. So now he has a lot of catching up to do. As number 1, who really needs to catch up as well, opens up Week 12's main event presented by Applebee's with back-to-back spewers, and look at that. Number 2 is going to rest, so he's going to be number 1 in the dust. By now it is Max Alexandersburg, who should have a commanding opponents. As number 2, who now really needs help, takes the next command SPS. Now he's trying to lead numbers 1 and 8 in the dust, along with ChaoEmperor, who is just exiting the water, trying to battle with numbers 1 and 8 for 4 life. We have passed the 1 minute mark 6 sideways. There you are. And Fred Harrison is taking a rest. That will drop down a couple places. As ChaoEmperor, well, the next command SPS, but I think it will be a miracle to make it all the way in the first place. By now, Max Alexandersburg has the commanding lead, and Nick Gimmick's going to rest. So Max Alexandersburg is going to have full control of this match. As the next spears we made by number 2. That makes it second speed buzz of the race. And right now he leads over the 4 Super Chao, or trying to lead over the others. And right now number 1 really needs help. He doesn't want to get left behind the competition. He really needs a lot more speed buzz, so he wants to get back in this one for sure. But it's number 8 who will get the next command spears, trying to move up a couple places at a time. Meanwhile, Max Alexandersburg is approaching the top of the wall, and no one is going to catch up to him in a hurry. He is going to get Superstar Week honors this week for Week 12 here in Des Moines, Iowa. Next spears belongs to Nick Gimmick, who's trying one last effort to stay alive, trying to catch up to number 7 in a hurry. Max Alexandersburg is approaching home stretch with a lot of room to rumble ahead of Nick Gimmick, who is battling with number 7 for second place in the count 1. And there's Max Alexandersburg heading for water. And who got the next one? It's back to number 8. That makes it second speed buzz of the race. But this race is all about Max Alexandersburg. Nick Gimmick won't have enough distance to catch up to him in time. He is going to be gone, ladies and gentlemen. Max Alexandersburg is going to be the new Superstar of the Week for Week 12. As number 1 takes a first speed buzz on this race, Max Alexandersburg over Nick Gimmick at number 7 to become Week 12 Superstar of the Week, presented by Applebee's. Well done by Max Alexandersburg. And it looks like Fred Harrison will get a turn out, and that's going to do it for the speed buzz, by what we'll say. Yeah, we don't have time for another speed buzz. Core number 1 is getting left behind in competition. As Week 12's action comes to a close. So with that win, Max Alexandersburg is the new Superstar Week. That's why he's done pretty well trying to make a comeback, and here we mind. Back in a minute to close our show after this. Do not go away. Well, that's it for Week 12 here in Des Moines, Iowa. Next week will be our mid-season finale, and we promise you more tag team action next week. Until then, we'd like to thank everyone for participating in the Des Moines, Iowa audience attendance this week. I hope you had a great time doing all fun hearing our Chao racing. Tune in next week for our mid-season finale, and this is Brian Shine signing off. Keep on smiling, and so long, everybody! This is Paul Sycamore signing off. Be sure to tune in next week for our mid-season finale and more tag team action here on Chao Racing 2018. See you then!